to blockchain for a very big brand as well. Another example would be the percent of the talents are executives already. I mean, or
Okay.
closer to what we can understand as an executive profile. Yeah, they are these, profiles that they've been working for, I don't know, for some few years in XYZ companies, for XYZ projects, and so on and so forth. The reasons why they want to do this course is various. Actually, not everybody wants to do a switch. Not everybody wants to start a company. It's not actually also like the finality. No, it also tends to happen that in a lot of the work or projects that, for instance, consultants work in, they realize that in order to understand better how to consult XYZ company that is working currently with the technology, they are a little bit out of the blue, they're not as knowledgeable. So it's actually like the best decision they can do is to learn also about what I'm going to be, consulting, right? So this is one profile, the consultants. Another profile is, the people within the, let's say, financial space, the people within the already technological space. So it's pretty various. We have a great bunch of, variety, which we are super, super proud of, because at the end of the day, it's going to be boring if everybody was the same and everybody had the same profile and everybody had the same experience. Like, what is the value you can get out of that? Not much, really.
Yeah.
So we have a great variety. We are super proud of that. And I mean, the profile is more mature. Okay, that doesn't mean that we don't have like some students that I don't know, like they are recent grads or they are on their way to graduate. There is some few of them, but it's just a minority.
Super amazing, Lana. Super amazing. So have you graduated your set before now, or do you have graduates yet?
Who, myself?
No, do you have graduates from your school? Like, do you have graduates yet?
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
Could you please share some success stories from some of them and probably their current positions in the blockchain industry,
So
if you have any?
So I mean, we have, for instance, a profile that he represents the, let's say, the clear archetype of the profile that we also tend to see a lot, which is the let's say the finance guy.
All right.
Or girl, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So this profile has been working for, I don't know, 15 plus years within the, let's say, classic financial industry. And but after coursing our course, while he was coursing the course, he took advantage of all the resources that I was telling you earlier, and now he works for the decentralized finance field. So it's way much more related to blockchain for a very big brand as well. Another examples will be the ones that started their own project, like the ones that needed a little bit more of a hint to start their own projects. So this is also a pretty common archetype of those who tends to course our course. And overall, I mean, it's a little bit difficult also to point out every single person.
Yeah, sure.
But have no doubt, and actually this is a very good advice that I can give anybody who is interested in joining any course or any program. Again, it doesn't need to, like, we are just one of the offers that is out there, but there is a lot of other courses and so on and so forth. Anyway, when I have a candidate that he wants to speak with somebody, we connect them with somebody, and even without them signing up with us or whatever, like if they want to hear a real, alumni story, we connect them with that people. So if a school cannot do that for you, I would say that's like a really big red flag out there, So if somebody who's in admissions with me and they want to hear like a feedback from, X or Y candidate, I connect them. I do that, and that's pretty cool, so you can actually genuinely hear about the feedback and the let's say the path that some previous candidate went through. So again, things are not perfect, but at the end of the day, it's all about having everything clear.
Thank you so much, Lana. I really appreciate your contribution on this. And you've already answered my next question, which was I wanted to ask how your school fosters collaborations and community among students, both online and offline. I think you've already mentioned a couple of things answering that question already. So I'll go to my second to the last question. So how does the school foster, can you tell us about the school's approach to keeping up with the latest developments and the latest developments and trends on the blockchain ecosystem?
That's a great question, actually. And I love that part because, again, in this ocean of schools and options, where sometimes a profile can be a little bit like, oh, okay, I don't know what to choose. You also need to take into account that any school that is attached to a university, that is attached to a, let's say, company, for instance, I don't know, schools that are provided with programs from Binance. Do you think that Binance actually will care if you learn about other procedures from other, I don't know, exchanges or... They actually don't. They will like you to learn their processes. So that means that you're sticking only with one way of seeing things. Or one way of earning knowledge, right? Which at the end of the day, it doesn't represent the totality of the things you can learn or achieve. Exactly. One of the best things we have is that we're not attached to any school. Like, we are an independent school, actually. And that may sound like... to a lot of prophets, how dare they're not attached to a university. But at the end of the day, darling, when you go to a recruiting, or you go through a recruiting path, do you actually think that they care that much about whether you went through? No, especially blockchain is so disruptive. It's all about having the knowledge, having the skill sets, having the tools that they want for X or Y position. So the least thing they care about is whether you have a certificate or not. Let's be honest with that, So you gotta be, professional enough to prove that you have the knowledge. How you can get the knowledge? It's through different things. You actually don't really need to course a program to get the knowledge, if we put it that way, But the reality is that the program gives you a whole bunch of definitions that it's very well established and very well organized, whereas if you just start digging from your own, you will be so lost because everything is like messy. It's like a whole universe that you need to organize, So anyway, I think that what I wanted to tell you is that the program, I mean, no, sorry, that the my bad, I just sometimes I get excited and I start talking about other things.
Just keeping on the developments and trends on blockchain space, like how do you keep up?
It's by the professors. By the professors. So as I was telling you, as the professors are actively working professionals within the field, they are going to be in charge of implementing the latest tools or the latest methodologies or the latest
technologies out there in the space.
Exactly. So, and we can be super agile with that. Again, that is the difference between a university. When you learn something from the uni or a university or anything that is related to a school, in order to have a process of having it reviewed and acknowledged by the state that this actually works, it will take you ages. Why do you want to learn something in a technology that is so fast pacing and so changey from day to day? Learning something that was implemented or was used 2 years ago in blockchain, it's already outdated. So that's why you gotta keep up in the speed. Of course, you gotta understand exactly. So that is one of the most amazing things, that we have the possibility to change anything as fast as we want, or to implement any knowledge as fast as we want. But that depends on the professors, because they are the active working professionals. They review from cohort to cohort all of the materials that they are providing. So they keep with the ones that are most outdated.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lana. That's super smart coming from your end. And in case you're just joining us, this is BlockTalk with Barry, and I have Lana in the house today. And we are talking about building the future with blockchain education. And we're getting insights from our very own, the European Tech School. And the admission officer is right here in the house with us. So in case you're listening, keep listening. So on the final notes, I have this final question for you, Lana. Can you tell us about the school's mission and how it aims to empower and support the blockchain community around the globe?
Sure. So, the mission, it's very logical, which is providing the best quality of education that is possible from top-notch professionals, and of course helping throughout the way to all of our students, and to grow and to build a community that can be impactful enough. So of course we are in our way. That is our mission. The things don't happen overnight, but we are there. And the reality is that, again, as we already constructed a very nice ecosystem with the blockchain convention, we want to do the same, but with the educational path, which is the European Tech School.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lana. We're super excited to have you today. Any final notes? What would you say to listeners out there?
I would say that if you are, for instance, interested on, an educational path, an educational program, you need to dedicate a lot of time, dig into every single aspect that you can. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Try to, have feedback, as we were talking like earlier, alumni and so on and so forth. This is one of my biggest advices that I can give. And the second advice is to be, logical with what you want and what you can do in order to achieve that, right? So a lot of these kind of programs, they have some, cost involved, investment. So let's put it this way, it's not for everybody, or everybody in an X or Y situation on their life, right? So if it's not for you, that's it, just look for something that can be suitable for you. Because again, as I was telling you earlier, you can get the knowledge actually out there. It's out there. The difference is that, again, it's more structured, it's more organized, you have the, the path and so on and so forth. But be realistic of what are your possibilities, what are your means, and of course, whether you want to also invest X or Y time, because, you don't need, again, as I was telling you earlier, the certificate. You need the knowledge.
Sure.
The certificate is the least thing you should be thinking about. You need to acquire a good quality of knowledge in order to be unbeatable, in order for a company want you to join them. And to prove that, you need to prove that you have knowledge, not to prove that you have a certificate. So in order to achieve the knowledge, you need to invest a lot of time. And a lot of people doesn't realize that. They don't want to invest time, but they want to have the almost and the best from everything. So, I mean, unfortunately, that's not the way the things work. You need to dedicate time. You need to go above and beyond as much as you can in order to, nourish and grow this knowledge that can be impactful for you. So again, here are the three, let's say, biggest variables that are important, which is time, money, and enthusiasm. So define at what stage you are, define whether you are in X or Y stage, and if you want to or you can go for that. And in any case, I mean, you can attach my LinkedIn, I guess, right? So if anybody has questions, doubts, or just wants to hear my advisory, it doesn't need to be attached to European Tech School. I'm super happy to help anybody out there in their path. They can let me know.
Thank you so much. That was so humanitarian of you, Lana. Thank you so much for coming out today, and you made this episode super interesting. And that concludes our interview with the admission officer from the European Tech School, Lana. And we hope you enjoyed this conversation and learned something new about the school's mission, curriculum, and the ways which it supports and empower the blockchain community, right? So if you're interested in learning more about the European Tech School, right, be sure to visit their website, www.europeantech.school. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. And check out their courses and offerings. And you can also reach Lana on LinkedIn. We're going to put her LinkedIn link on the post on podcast, or you can reach out to her if you have any questions outside the European Tech School. She's happy to help. So don't forget to tune in next week for another exciting episode on BlockTalk, where we'll be discussing the latest developments and trends in the blockchain space. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much, Lana, and peace and love.
Thank you so much, Barry. Have a good one.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.